Hello and the warmest of welcomes to bustling Bangkok as top-tier badminton returns after a 3-month break. It's the YONEX Thailand Open, live from the nation's capital at the Impact Arena. Now obviously because of the pandemic, we lost so many tournaments in 2020, so we're starting the new year with 3 events back-to-back. YONEX Thailand Open this week, next week the Toyota Thailand Open, all these events held back from last year, 2020, and then the World Tour Finals, which start on January the 27th, a little matter of $3.5 million worth of prize money in those 3 events combined. We got the best players in the world. Sadly, no fans in the arena, and I'm sure the action will make up for all of that. Here's what's coming up then. Kicking off with the mixed doubles, Hong Kong-China pair, Chang and Ng, against the more experienced Kiwis, Leydon-Davis and Pak. Next, one of the morning highlights, as the ever-popular Michelle Lee, 10th in the world, she takes on Cheong Yi. Men's singles to follow, the battle of the 23-year-olds, featuring number 6 seed Jonathan Christie. He starts favourite against the Singaporean Loh Kian Yu. Match 4 looks a tough one to call in the women's singles. Former World Junior Champion Gregoria Tunjung facing up to the double Olympian Sung Ji Hyun. Before a fascinating men's doubles featuring former World Champions Ko and Shin against the Malaysian pair, 10 years their juniors. Well, a quick glance at our second set of 5 matches, including the brilliant Indian PV Sindhu as she starts her quest for the title, and 4 doubles matches to follow. Chan and Go, arguably top of the bill in those, the Malaysians' 5th seeds in this championship. Well, that's what we have for you today, 10 matches live. And here is how our first match fits into the mixed doubles draw. Faisal and Wijaja potentially waiting for the winners, although the Indian pair of Rankireddy and Ponappa might have something to say about that. This is the first round, which is the round of 32 here. Seo and Chai, the number 4 seeds from Korea, at the top of that little mini section of the mixed doubles draw. This is the first tournament to be held in Asia since the coronavirus disrupted the 2020 season, and I can tell you that every possible coronavirus protocol is being observed here to the letter. The players midway through a 2-week quarantine in a hotel just literally a few hundred meters from the arena, and it's not just the players, all the officials, the referees, the press, everybody involved in this event is in this bubble, which is effectively just the hotel and the venue for the first fortnight. All the athletes had a COVID test in their country of departure, and then regular testing here in Bangkok every 4 or 5 days. And so far, every test has come back negative, which is great news. The players have been very creative actually, because obviously confined to quarters for the most part, other than being allowed out to practice for a couple of hours every day. But they've been exercising in their rooms, doing some yoga, hand washing their clothes, recording some video diaries. Find some ingenious ways to practice in a hotel room that's only about 225 square feet, something like that. I think they're just so relieved and so happy to be back playing again. There've only been 2 major events since March, so that's what, best part of 10 months. And now we've got these 3 events on successive weeks. It's a great auditorium here, the Impact Arena. Sadly, as I mentioned, no fans. It actually stands for International Multi-Purpose Arena Conference and Trade Complex, so you can see why we call it the Impact Arena. 3 courts in use this week, and our action today will come from Court 2. It's a really good looking mixed bag as well that we've got for you. We've got, as mentioned, a mixed doubles to kick off with, then 3 singles matches, 2 women's and 1 men, and then we conclude with men's doubles. That's the morning session. 5 more matches to come this afternoon with my colleague Shazad Haq. You can probably hear the PA announcer in the background.
The Badminton Association of Thailand would like to thank our partners.
So they're just going through the sponsors.
YONEX.
And then they'll introduce the players on court 1 first, and then we'll see our players
TOTAL
on court 2. It's just great that the HSBC BWF World Tour is back in business. That's the main thing.
Toyota.
And with vaccines now being administered pretty much universally, let's just hope that the worst is going to be behind us pretty soon.
The Royal Thai Air Force. Thonburi Healthcare Group. Index Creative Village.
It's actually the first time that a cluster of 3 events like this has been held in the same city.
Arnoma Grand Hotel Bangkok. The Badminton Association of Thailand.
And obviously because of the quarantine that I was telling you about a few minutes ago, it just works because they can stay in the same place for, well, the best part of a month if they qualify for the World Tour finals. And it just stops frequent flying back and forth. The brightest and the best then here in Bangkok. Always like a light show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YONEX Thailand Open, part of HSBC BWF World Tour Super 1000. The competition starts now. First rounds.
On court 1, women's single. Busanan Ung Bamrungpan from Thailand versus Sabrina Chang from Switzerland.
So the players on court 1 just being introduced.
Umpire Bert van Horenbeek from Belgium. Servister Wahyana from Indonesia.
Obviously there won't be any handshakes these 3 events for obvious reasons, and the court's going to be cleaned between each match very thoroughly. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how this tournament goes, because so many of these players haven't hit a shuttle in anger competitively for a long time. There were a few of them in Denmark in October. That was the last major tournament. But it just might be there's a bit of ring rust around. So it wouldn't be overly surprising if we were to get a few shock results this week and potentially next.
On court 2, mixed double. Oliver Leydon-Davis and Anona Park from New Zealand.
So this is the match on our court.
Versus Chang and Wing from Hong Kong, China.
It's a New Zealand-Hong Kong China battle.
Umpire Fabio Beto from Italy. Service judge Ramida Aswaposok from Thailand.
New Zealand pair on the way. They are the outsiders in this match, the Kiwis, ranked well below their Hong Kong Chinese opponents. But as I say, no one really knows what's going to happen this week. Who's kept themselves fit, who adjusts the better and quicker to the cut and thrust of competitive action again.
Hi, hello. Okay, we have red or black. Who would like to choose? Black for you, okay. It's red, your choice. That side. Serve or receive? Serve or receive?
Men's double.
Receive. Who is receiving? Receiving? Who is serving?
And Bagas Maulana from Indonesia.
This is the other change. The players will now get the shuttle, the shuttles from those dispensers you can see on the side of the court, rather than being handed them by the service judge. As we look at Oliver Leydon-Davis, 30 years of age now, won the Oceania mixed doubles title 6 years ago. It was with his sister actually, Susanna. On the Oceania men's doubles last year. And his partner, Anona Pak, who was the Sportswoman of the Year at university a few years back. Got to the final of the Sydney International, these two, a year ago. They lost to a Philippine pair in the final. She's pretty decent women's doubles player as well, is Anona, three-time bronze medalist at the Oceania Championships. 27 years of age. And on the other side of the net, their Hong Kong China opponents, Chang, 25 years of age, as you can see. They're ranked 37 in the world, which is just about as high as they've been. His father's actually a badminton coach. On his international call-up, he was very young, 9 years ago, just 16 years of age when he got the call. And his partner, Wing Yung, who's same age. She also began her international badminton career in her late teens. Says that her father has been the greatest influence on her career to date. And as mentioned, there's big money
Ready to play?
at stake this week. $1 million in total prize money. We've got an Italian in the umpire's chair, Fabio Beto, and Ramada Ashiavatosop from Thailand is the service judge. So just about set then.
Okay.
Wait for the umpire introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chang and Wing-Yung, Hong Kong, China. And on my left, Oliver Leydon-Davis and Anona Park, New Zealand. Anona Park to serve to Wing-Yung. Love all. Play.
Well, what a joy it is now. First shuttle hit in anger in this tournament on court 2.
1 love.
And I think the Kiwis are going to want to make an early statement of intent here. I said they're ranked much lower down than their opponents, but if they can get off to a good start,
Service
we'll
over.
see a no-nonsense winner from Chang.
Service over. 2-1.
Leydon-Davis serving. Well, that was an excellent play from Anona Park. To set up the winner I should say, to set up the winner for Chang.
Service over. 3-2.
Well, from what we've seen so far, there may not be too many lengthy rallies in this mixed doubles. Wouldn't expect to have made that. Leydon-Davis, he was well inside the baseline there. No mercy from Chang, right at the body. Didn't give Hack any chance to do much with that. Well, it was nice deception on a couple of occasions there from Leydon-Davis. Well supported by his partner. So back on level terms again. Just can't afford to let Chang smash from that range. He was just barely behind the service line. Just need to get the shuttle a lot deeper, the New Zealanders. Nicely anticipated from an
6-4.
Excellent placement again.
7-4.
Just a little run of points here for the Hong Kong Chinese pair. That's much better from Anona Park. Anticipated, got a cross
5-8.
at the net there to make the winner. And needed some kind of inspiration.
Service over, 9-5.
Again, just not deep enough.
10-5.
Chang accepting the invitation very willingly. So a very comfortable lead for the Hong Kong-China pair at the mid-game interval.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Coach, leave the court. Yeah. Eleven, 5, play.
So can they consolidate the advantage they built up after what was pretty close first few points? They started to pull away. Well, that's excellent again from Pak at the net.
Service over, 6-11.
Lightning quick reactions. I'll need a lot more of it though.
Seven, 11.
And because the vast majority of these points have been pretty short rallies, you can get a little succession of points going. You can get back in this.
Out, service over.
Not with mistakes like that though.
12-7.
It's well short of the service line. Just a reminder, 2 challenges for each pair per game. Eagle-eyed Hawkeye will be potentially on hand if required. About the first mistake she's made at the net, I think.
13-7.
A little bit of good fortune.
7.
But they say it favours the brave.
Service over. 8-14.
Well, good to see Pak trying to mix it up with the serve, even if ultimately didn't win the point. But it certainly caught Ananda Pak off guard for a moment, the flicker. Just an
16,
excellent point
8.
from the Hong Kong-China pair. Look to be dovetailing really well. Doesn't look like they haven't played competitively for as long as it's been, does it? That was in by a country mile, and all of a sudden they're only 4 points away from securing the opening game here. Just starting
18,
to look a little
8.
deflated, Leydon-Davis and Pack. Great pick-up, wasn't it, from Chang?
19, 8.
No challenge, he knew it was long. Just a relentless stream of points, isn't it? So 12 game points for Chang and Un. And what seems a blink of an eye. Oh, there it is, easy as that. 21 points to 8. That was really impressive. First game display. And the New Zealanders with much to ponder at the interval.
Yeah, he's not like if we put to him like the fact that he's not playing. I have to take that step forward.
Take that one step forward as well. We've got to, when we play the rallies, that's what happens after everything. Yeah, exactly. Like we have to be, even if we're losing maybe some patient, but then we have to try and.
The net straight was working.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Well, that was an intense exchange, wasn't it, between the two New Zealanders and the coach?
Love all. Play.
But they need to find some inspiration from somewhere and find it pretty quickly.
Service over, 1 love.
Won the first point in the last game. Didn't do them a lot of good. Well, she was in about 3 minds there, I think. First she was going to leave it, then she was going to play it, leave it, and then eventually it was kind of a half and half effort. He who hesitates, or she who hesitates in this case, is lost. That was a bit of a half-hearted effort from Chang as well. So this is a really positive start from the Kiwis. And that's probably the best smash that Leydon-Davis has hit in the match. Off to a flyer here in this second game. Wow. Just didn't see much of that, did we? In the opening game, which only lasted 11 minutes. What a good shot that was. Well, they needed that just to get on the board here.
Over 1-5.
Oh, that's wonderful placement.
Service over.
Just
6.
Angled the wrist perfectly to get the shuttle beyond, and really clever. It's got the frame of the racket to it in the end, but top stuff from Leydon-Davis.
Service over.
Neat piece of anticipation from Chang this time. That was fiercely struck, wasn't it?
3-6.
Some real venom in that from Chang Tak-ching. Didn't expect that though.
Service over. 7-3. Seven, 3.
Well, talk about the bite a bit after the wonderful angle we saw from Leydon-Davis. That was just as good from Chang. She looks to have a genuine sense of enjoyment in Nona Pak, even though she lost the point. I think they just think it's great to be back out there again. Certainly the fans feel the same, and I'm sure you do watching at home wherever you are enjoying our coverage. Just to reiterate, we've got live two-court coverage of all three of these events, both the Thai Opens, the YONEX this week, the Toyota next week, and then the World Tour finals the week after that. Gets across so quickly, Chang, doesn't he?
6-8.
Could see as soon as she played that pack, she knew she'd got it wrong and was onto it in a flash.
Service over. 9-7.
Well, having led 5-love at the start of this game, the lead's been reduced to just a point now. After that smash from fairly close range by Chang. So many of those from inside the back line. Excellent work at the net from Un. Just snatched at that a little bit, Pak.
9.
So in front for the first time in the game, the Hong Kong-China pair. And after losing the first 5 points of the game, they go to the interval with a 2-point advantage, 11-9.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Well, the comeback has to start here then for
play.
Leydon-Davis and Pat. And they'll take errors like that,
10,
take anything they can get,
11.
and try and find a way back into this match. We're still right in this second game, of course. It just looks like the momentum has shifted slightly from where it was. Just again allowed Pak.
Service over.
Allowed
12, 10.
Pak allowed him to smash that from, well, you can see just barely behind the service line, and when you do that, you put yourself under huge amounts of pressure. It's better though.
Service over. 11, 12.
Open invitation for Un to put that away.
11.
Well, that's nicely placed.
Service over. 12, 13.
Keeping themselves in touch. It's always so effective, isn't it? Right
Service
between
over, 14,
the two opponents.
12.
Two flailing rackets, neither of which made any contact with the shuttle. Yours, mine, sorry.
Service over. 13, 14.
At least you can see the funny side of it. She was going to play it, changed her mind, and by then it was too late for Chang to adjust.
Service fault, goal. Too high. Service over. 15,
Well, that's a little careless.
13.
Got to serve from below 1.15 metres. Service judge called it. At such a crucial stage as we get towards the business end of this second game. And all of a sudden there's a 3-point gap.
16, 13.
Started the game so well, the New Zealanders, but gradually Chang and Un have worn them down. It looks a little ominous now for the Kiwis.
(18, 13).
Once again, there wasn't enough depth.
19, 13.
And Chang took full advantage. A couple of points away from a place in the last 16. Well, need any kind of luck
Service
they can
over,
get.
14,
Net cord
19.
has kept them in it just. 2013, that surely would have been curtains. Just a slight glimmer. That's a wonderful shot again, and it brings 6 match points
20
for Chang
match
and
point,
Un.
14. Game.
It's in. It was an error from Leydon-Davis, and that is a bloodless victory
Match
for
won by
Chang
Ching
and
and Wing Yu. 21-8, 21-14.
21-14 in that second game. It hasn't taken them very long either. There you see it, just 25 minutes, the match time. So they won't have expanded too much energy there. Very impressive from the world number 37 ranked pair. They'll be honest enough to say they were outclassed for large parts of that match, Leydon-Davis and Pak. So it's victory for the pair from Hong Kong, China. 21-8, 21-14. Chang and Un safely through to the last 16.
It's over. 6. Game. Thank you. Thank you. Match won by TOTAL Chang and